Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dean Kessel. Mr. Voss, deans, members of the faculty, family, friends, loved ones, and my fellow peers. The day we thought would never arise has finally come, and what a beautiful day it is. I would like to take a moment to thank my peers and the Graduate Student Council for bestowing unto me the honor to speak at this year's commencement ceremony. Class of 2017, I would like to take a moment so that we can give ourselves a round of applause to the faculty members, family, and friends who supported us throughout this journey. Again, my name is Anuoluwapo Osideko, and I am a Master's of Public Health graduate from the newly accredited School of Public Health. I'm sure many of you may think that this speech is going to be based on healthcare, but don't worry. I will not go on a soapbox to rant about the American Health Care Act that was recently passed by the House. I'm not going to talk about what's going to happen to the EPA. Neither will I have a discussion about how the class of 2017 is going to repay their loans. But if you're interested in having a conversation about any of these topics, especially the latter, feel free to contact me. But today, I have a message for you. I grew up in a Nigerian household in Flossmoor, Illinois, and my mother would gather my two brothers and I for evening prayers. She would proceed to bring out her never-ending stash of anointing oil and bless our heads before the start of a new school week and tell us we're destined for greatness. Fast forward years later, I found myself at Brown University, and like many of you, I knew I had the world figured out. I want to take a moment and think back to when you first arrived at Brown, the goals you set out to accomplish by the time you graduated, the innovative ideas that you wanted to come to fruition by the time you left. If you asked me my 5, 10, 15-year plan, I could do so without breaking a sweat in less than 60 seconds to reply, how about you? The first day of orientation, I realized that I was surrounded by motivated, ambitious, and like-minded people from around the world. These people knew exactly what they wanted out of life and how they were going to get it. Sometimes, however, it is difficult to maintain focus on these ambitions when certain obstacles arrive. This year, my grandfather, aunt, and childhood friend passed away consecutively as I was working full-time, being a full-time student, and attempting to complete my master's thesis during this last semester. I became numb. Many questions began to race through my head, like, why am I here? If I was to leave this earth at this very moment, have I made an impact on anybody's life? Would I be remembered for any of the works that I have done? I heard a still voice that reminded me that I was destined for greatness. I've spoken to many of you in the audience, and I asked, what are your post-graduation plans? I heard wonderful things. Many of you, like some of my peers, are going to medical school. Some boasted about consulting positions, while numerous go on to work for Fortune 500 companies. But I heard overwhelmingly, I don't know. Some are confused, frustrated, angry, upset, wondering how they could attend this Ivy League university and not have figured out what's next. And some are thrilled to finally have a break. I heard you, and I still hear you. But I want you to remember who you are. Out of approximately 7 billion people on Earth, 1 million residents in the state of Rhode Island, and approximately 2,000 graduate students at Brown University, there will never be another you. In my native language of Yoruba, there's a popular word called kadara, which is your destiny. You're wired with certain talents, ambitions, desires, a unique mixture of gifts, personalities, and experiences. Many of us were accepted into other distinguished institutions, but it's not a coincidence as to why you selected Brown. Almost 2 years ago, I was ready to accept my offer to another program when I received my admissions letter from Brown on April Fool's Day. I do believe that there's a reason for everything. Your kara directly and indirectly affects others around you. Without you fulfilling your duties here on earth, you have in essence failed our future generations. Life is a vapor that appears for a short time, then it vanishes. It is only our marks that will be left behind if we indeed choose to leave one. Never lose focus of your goals, though life may have unexpected outcomes. Fail to shrink from challenging responsibilities. Embrace it wholeheartedly. Always believe in yourself, even if others don't understand. You may fall 7 times, but you will live to rise up again. In our current state, the world needs you to fulfill your life's purpose. This nation needs you to fulfill your life's purpose. I need you to fulfill your life's purpose because I believe that everything is interconnected. It is not time to back down in the face of adversity, but to stand strong and tall. This is the moment and time to use your privilege for the advancement of society. All of us here in our hoods have privilege, and we need to use it for the advancement of our society. We need more people like Dr. Khalid Al-Malaji, a Syrian doctor and Master's of Public Health student at Brown who is still stuck in Turkey. He was revoked of his visa while traveling to Turkey. Dr. Khalid's resume is full of humanitarian efforts, such as coordinating underground hospitals in war-torn Syria, and his team vaccinating well over 1 million children for polio vaccine during the Syrian civil war. Despite multiple obstacles and challenges confronting Al-Malaji, he still strives to create a better Syria for our future generation. Al-Malaji could have easily decided to work a lucrative job and given up on this, but he knew that it was a calling on his life. I would like to leave you with this prayer revised by South African Archbishop and Nobel Peace Prize awardee Desmond Tutu, titled, "Disturb us, O Lord." Disturb us, O Lord, when our dreams have come true because we dreamt too little. Disturb us, O Lord, when we arrive safely because we sailed too close to shore. Disturb us, O Lord, to dare more boldly and to venture on to wilder seas. To this I add, this is the day of our past dreams. Let us continue to dream bigger and bolder. At any time you may feel numb or uncertain, remember that you're destined for greatness. Thank you.